Well, welcome. I am Nikki Fitzgerald. I'm from Texas A&M AgriLife here in Chambers County,
Hi, Ryan Holzaepfel, Chambers County Emergency Management Coordinator.
and we're going to talk to you today about hurricane preparedness and what to expect. So, Ryan, my first question to you is, what does this season look like?
Well, the National Weather Service and National Hurricane Center have predicted it will be an active season. However, just because it's an active season, or even if it was they predicted a low season, uh, you only need one storm to impact your world. For example, in 1983, that was typically a less active than normal season, but we all got hit by a large hurricane back then, Alicia. So obviously, we want everyone to make sure they're paying attention to the weather and what it's doing during this active season, especially as we already now have threats that have entered the Gulf.
Right. Some challenges that we're probably going to see with preparedness this year.
I think the biggest challenge we're going to see is sheltering, and that's
Right.
going to be all across the country, no matter what the emergency is. Of course, down on the Gulf Coast here, the emergency is going to obviously be hurricane or flood sheltering. So, due to the COVID-19 threat, the concern is how to shelter people, how to evacuate people, and then keep them from possibly spreading COVID-19. So, the health department and the American Red Cross are in communication with one another on this, and there are some plans being put in place to try to help with this situation.
And how can people be prepared if they have to be evacuated or, rescued?
Sure. The biggest thing to remember is we have not had a major disaster here, where ingress and egress wasn't somehow affected. Okay, during Ike we had roadways that were blocked with limbs and debris. During Harvey we had roadways that were blocked with water. So whatever the disaster is, the public absolutely needs to be prepared for a few days to be independent. That means having water on hand, having non-perishable foods on hand, because it simply will just take time for those resources and help to get here. And you don't necessarily have to go out and spend a fortune on bottled water. You could have some clean containers and fill them up before a storm comes in with your tap water, and that'll stay good during the disaster. So we just urge everyone, don't wait until a storm is coming
Right.
to start getting prepared, because then everyone will be going to Walmart and HEB and the grocery store, and it'll be hard to get the supplies. Start preparing now and be ready, and that way, when something happens, you'll be ahead of the curve.
Right. And something I noticed also with AgriLife, it's wise to be prepared ahead of time to maybe go ahead and put your important documents in Ziploc bags and things like that, because when I've helped with animal shelters and things like that before, people would walk up and their documents would just crumble in their hand. So as an AgriLife person, I think with pets and things like that, they need to be prepared with their pets. They need to go ahead and have leashes and crates in a place stored ahead of time. So that way, if they have to get out in a hurry, they can grab that with their pets if they're rescued. Make sure, again, I can't reiterate, put all your important documents in a water safe bag. So that way, if you have to leave with your medications and things, all of that is right there. Would you agree with all of that?
Yes, especially when you mention medications. In the past, we've seen people, they get into a panic and they'll leave without their prescription information or their medications. So make sure that people bring that. They need to, even if they just have the bottle and with the information on it, then whenever they get to somewhere else where it's safe, they can call in and get that sorted out on getting that medication. Because some of these medications are important. They're not like allergy medications. We're talking stuff that people really need every day to survive, and so it's very important.
Right. And that's the same with their pets' medications, and too.
Yes.
Make sure vaccinations are up to date and Coggins on horses. And if you're having to evacuate large animals, make sure you have some kind of identification on your large animals, whether it takes spray paint or something to spray on the animals to identify them and things like that. But we have a lot of info. AgriLife, we have a homeowner's handbook here. at our office. If you're unsure of things to pack, things like this is a great guide. If you're new and you've never been through a storm, this is a really great guide, but most people around here have been through a few, so they know what to do. But do you have another place people can get more information from?
Sure. So you can go to our county website at co.chambers.tx.us. There'll be a little link down there, emergency management. Click on that, and you can get more information. And also important, something that you can do now is sign up for Chambers Warrants. The county has a mass notification system. It can call your phone, it can text your phone, it can email you, and but you have to sign up. More and more people don't have landlines at home anymore. They have cell phones. It's becoming more and more common. So we won't have your cell phone number to call you or text you unless you sign up for Chambers Warrants. So if you go to that website on the County Emergency Management page, there'll be a little link to click that says Chambers Warrants. You can sign up yourself and your family, and you can choose the ways you would like to be notified during a major emergency.
Well, that sounds great. Well, thank you so much. If anybody has any more information, visit the website and be prepared. Keep an eye out.